Hey guys, I'm Kay Brown. I'm going to be teaching you adding with expanded algorithm today. An expanded algorithm is just a really big, fancy, smart way to say that we're going to be breaking addition problems down into easier to solve addition problems. So when your parents ask you, what did you learn at school today? You can say, we learned the expanded algorithm, and they're going to be super impressed. And then you can show them this. Alright, so let's start with an example of an expanded algorithm. If I have a number like 377 and I'm going to add to it 210, I bet most of you are used to adding the ones place and then the tens place and then adding the hundreds place. Well, the expanded algorithm is going to expand that out a little bit. So what we will do is we'll expand it into each place value. We're actually going to start with the hundreds place. So when I look at 377, I know that there's 3 in the hundreds place. That has a value of 300. When I look at the other number, I see a 2 in the hundreds place. That has a value of 200. Whenever I look at this 7 in the tens place, I know that 7 tens has a value of 70. When I look at the tens place of this number, I see a 1 in the tens place. I know that 110 has a value of 10. When I move over to the ones place, I see 7 ones, which has a value of 7, and no ones, which has a value of nothing. The way the expanded algorithm works, as you can see, it kind of looks like expanded form. 300 plus 70 plus 7 equals 377. 200 plus 10 plus nothing equals 210. But this time we're going to add these together. Here's what I mean. We're going to add the hundreds place together. 300 plus 200 is 500. 3, 4, 5. 70 plus 10 is 80. 7, 8. And 7 plus nothing is 7. Then what we can do is we can take the 3 answers that we just found and add those together to find the solution to our problem. I always like to add up and down, so I recommend that you rewrite the numbers up and down. Please do make sure that you line up your place value. Do you notice how it makes a triangle whenever I write these? That's because all my ones need to go together, all my tens need to go together, and all my hundreds need to go together. But now I'm ready to add. 0 plus 0 plus 7 is 7, 0 plus 8 is 8, and 5 plus nothing is 7. So using the expanded algorithm, I found out that 377 plus 210 is 587. I just broke it apart into the hundreds place, the tens place, and the ones place, and then added those 3 numbers together. I'm going to show you what this looks like with place value blocks. I'll use the exact same problem. So here I have 3 hundreds blocks. I have 7 10 rods. And I have 7 cubes. 2, 4, 6, 7. Now I'm also going to add to that 210. So I need 2 more hundreds. 1, 2. I need 1 more 10. 1. And I don't need any more ones. Now whenever I count these place value blocks, or these base 10 blocks, I'll be able to get the same exact answer. So in my hundreds place, I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the hundreds place, and I do. And for my tens, I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8 in the tens place, and I do. And I should have 7 ones cubes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I do. So you can see that by adding the place values together, we get the same answer as if we would go ahead and add this the way you're probably used to. 7 plus 0 is 7, 7 plus 1 is 8, 3 plus 2 is 5. But we're learning the expanded algorithm. So remember, expanded means to stretch it out. So we're stretching it out into each of the place value parts. Let's go ahead and try to do one more of those. Alright, let's go ahead and add 318 plus 230. I'm going to show you with base 10 or place value blocks first, and then I'll show you how we write out the expanded algorithm. So first I need to create my number, 318. So in the hundreds place, I see that I should have 3. 1, 2, 3. In my tens place, I just need 1 10. And my ones place, I need 8 ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I have the number 318. Now I need to add 230. So here's 200. In the tens place, I have a 3, so I need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. And in my ones place, I have nothing. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and combine the tens all together into a group, combine the hundreds all together into a group, and then I'll be able to figure out my answer. I'm going to start by counting the hundreds. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the hundreds place. In the tens place, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, since I have 4 10 rods. And my ones place, 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 8 ones. So by using the expanded algorithm, I found out that my answer is 548. With the expanded algorithm, I didn't start in the ones place, but I was able to just count the ones place, the hundreds or the tens, and see what the answer was going to be. Let's do this exact same problem, but write it out in expanded form. So I'm going to start with the hundreds. I have a 3 and a 2. So since they're both in the hundreds place, I know that means 300 plus 200. And then I'm going to write down the tens place. I have a 1 and a 3. I know 1 10 has a value of 10. 3 tens has a value of 30. So I'm going to add those together. And then I'm going to move on to the ones place. I have 8 ones with a value of 8 and nothing with a value of nothing. So now I'm going to go ahead and add these together. This is breaking these big numbers down into easier to add smaller numbers. Like 8 plus 0 is pretty easy to add. That's 8. 10 plus 30 is pretty easy to add. That's 40. 300 plus 200 is pretty easy to add. It's 500. And then we can take these numbers that we got and add all of those together to get the same answer. So I have my 500 plus 40 plus 8. Again, please make sure you are lining up your place values. All of your ones should be in a column together, your tens should be in a column together, your hundreds should be in a column together. Now I'm ready to add with these easier numbers. 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 8. 0 plus 4 is 4. 5 plus nothing is 5. And as you can see, I got the exact same answer. But this way, with the expanded algorithm, I get to add really easy numbers together. We're going to do another one. This will be the last one that I do with you. We're going to add 331 and 516. Remember, expanded algorithm means you stretch it out. So let's do the hundreds place first. I have 300s and 500s. So I'm going to write that down as 300 plus 500. Then I can do the tens. I have 3 tens and 1 10. So I write down 3 tens as 30 and 1 10 as 10. And I also have 1 1 and 6 ones. Well, there's just 1 ones, and that's 1, and 6 ones is 6. All right, 300 plus 500. I know these are zeros. 3 plus 5 is 8. Moving on to the tens place, 30 plus 10. 0 plus 0 is 0. 3 plus 1 is 4. And the ones place, 1 plus 6 is 7. Remember, the last step is to put these numbers together. I always like to add up and down the best. And remember, your numbers should make a triangle if you line up your place value. All of your ones place goes together. All of your tens place goes together, and your hundreds place has its own spot. 0 plus 0 is 7. 0 plus 4 is 4. 8 plus nothing is 8. So our answer is 847. Thanks for watching Expanded Algorithm. I hope now you know how to take big numbers and break them down into smaller, easier to add numbers.